This is going to be a little demonstration of this Amp1 from BluGuitar, which has been on the market in the UK since the beginning of the year. I've had mine about 3 weeks. I've done a few gigs with it and it's fantastic. So I'm just going to demonstrate the way I use it. It's not going to be a full demonstration of everything it can do, just what I've done with it myself really. So just have a little bit of a play. This is a basic clean sound. And you can hear that it's just breaking up very nicely there if I hit it a bit harder. And if I stick it on the humbucker, it's already pretty dirty there. Okay, so I mean, this thing is 100 watts, so if you really want to run it completely clean, without any of that at all, let me just see if I can demonstrate. If I take this down and this down, and then this up. That's that humbucker still. Yeah, so as you can hear, I mean, it's plenty of headroom there. If you really want to run it completely clean for different type of guitar, different type of music that you're playing, then that's really not going to be a problem. Let me just reset this back. This thing on the right here is a speaker simulator. Made by 2 Notes, and it's fantastic, but there's lots of stuff on the net about that already, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's designed, the Amp1, mainly to be played through a conventional speaker. It's got 16 ohms and 8 ohms outputs, but I bought it specifically for doing in-ears gigs and playing on silent stages, so I'm running it through the speaker simulator. I will demonstrate later on what it sounds like when I bypass that, so you can hear what it sounds like directly out of the Amp1. Now you'll have noticed that, or you may have noticed that what I'm doing here is this is the master here, and on here is a little tube. So the master is actually overdriving that tube. The tube's in the power stage, the solid state, the preamp is solid state. So I've had much better results trying to get that sort of just broken up sound by turning that master up pretty high and keeping the preamp down pretty low. So I'm just to demonstrate, if I was to take the volume up on the volume here, the preamp stage, and the master down, and try and keep the level roughly the same, quite a bit kind of bassier. To me, not nearly as nice a sound. Also, when you take this volume up here towards the top, it's quite difficult if you're near the top there to get a lift when you switch to the overdrive channel, if you want to use that as a lead channel. So yeah, if you do get one of these, I recommend overdriving the master to about 8 and keeping the volume here down so halfway. And that's a proper tube, just breaking up sound of the sort you kind of pay lots of money for. Now, the way I've been using this, by the way, I've got a reverb on here. This is the only bit of this amp which is not solid, which is not analog. This is a digital reverb, but everything else on this is analog. It's got knobs, it's got an on-off switch, it's got a kettle lead input like a conventional amp. But what I've been doing is generally using this as a clean amp, as a sort of clean amp platform for pedals. So I'm just going to demonstrate how that works. So this is a Timmy pedal you're hearing now, which is a clean, low gain sort of transparent overdrive. So here is the clean sound again, and here's the Timmy pedal. Lovely kind of, and then obviously quite a bit more crunchy if you stick it on the humbucker. And then here's a soul food which is a clone. And here's the clean sound again on the neck pickup this time. Here with the soul food. Again clean, here's a bit more of a kind of rhythm part. As you can hear, my idea of clean is really not that clean at all, but that's personal preference. And then with the soul food. Okay, so that's how I'm using the clean channel, just as a platform for pedals, really. And then I also use the dirty channel. I've only used the vintage. It's got 3 different modes of overdrive channel: vintage, classic, and modern. I'm actually only using the vintage one, so I'm not even going to bother demonstrating the other 2 because I'm not really qualified to. But you probably see on the side here, there's all sorts of kind of little. These are like little modifier pots which you can use to sort of change the inherent sound of those overdrive channels. And the vintage one doesn't have one, so the vintage one is kind of the reference. So you can't really do anything to the vintage overdrive channel to change the way it sounds already, which to my ears is not a problem at all. And it's good to have that reference, otherwise you end up kind of in tweaking hell. So yeah, have a listen to the overdrive sound. This is just, and by the way, I'm switching this with a conventional amp foot switch because it allows you to do that, so you can really do use this like a conventional amp. And then adding that soul food in just to give it a bit more sustain. Yeah, so I mean it's a proper lead sound now. I haven't really even bothered going down the route of trying the others because I like that lead sound so much. So yeah, I'll leave that to other reviewers to review the classic and modern. The classic, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what it is. I haven't even tried it. Modern is a kind of high gain sound for all you children out there. Hello, I'm not a child at all. Look, I'm 45. So yeah, I hope that's given you an idea. What you've listened to there, by the way, is yes. Let me just demonstrate what the Amp1 sounds like without the speaker simulator, because it is a very important part of the rig, to be honest. Clean sound. And let's bypass that now. So that's the speaker simulation coming straight out of the BluGuitar. So it's perfectly usable. It's not terrible at all. And you know, if you're carrying this around as a spare amp for when your kind of very expensive tube amp blows on the gig, that's going to get you out of trouble, no problem at all. But if you really want it to sound like a speaker, either plug a speaker into it, which I believe is great, although I've never tried it, or something like this. So just another demonstration of that. Here's with the speaker simulator. And here's without, just a quick bypass. Okay, so I mean there is a big difference, but you're hearing it on its own, completely isolated in a studio. So that's it. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and especially for people that don't particularly love the idea of an amp that has sort of LED screens and sub menus. It's, you know, it's a few knobs. It's extremely light, unbelievably light. You won't believe it when you pick it up. It's lighter than most distortion pedals. I've used it now on 3 gigs, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So I can talk about it with sort of actual real-world professional experience that it's a superb piece of equipment, and it's seems to be kind of selling at under £500 now. This is 400. That's just under 500 if you get the best price on it in Britain. So you're talking about getting on for £1,000 for the 2, which is sort of, you know, the price of a Fender, mass-produced Fender amp maybe. So sort of not dissimilar to the price of a more conventional setup. Okay, I'm just going to show you what I look like, by the way, just before I go, because I can't have me and the amp in the focus, but look, it's me. Hello, that's me, and that's my guitar. It's a Warmoth Stratocaster. It's got a humbucker on the bridge, and there you go. Okay, I hope you got something out of that. Bye for now.